Well, hello everyone. Welcome back after a 2-week break from this series. I don't know if this is actually being too loud or not. I guess we'll see, because it's also like the main menu. So last time we played this, as far as I can remember, we've done most of the investigation. And
yeah, we haven't had the actual court case yet.
Yeah, we examined the Suseki's apartment. That was the last thing we did, I think. And then we had to went back to the top of the room, and I guess now we'll be interrogating the Moon Man.
He really is.
And the
Moon
maid.
Man.
Alright, 19 February, Mr. Gary Deb's room. Okay, so he was like...
What did he sound like?
I think I gave him like a Stanley Parable narrator voice.
Yeah.
It's like, Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. It's like, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
Ah yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Holmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show.
So British.
I'm not a cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me what...
Not this shit again.
For the umpteenth time, will you watch what you're bally well doing? Oh wait, didn't I say I wanted to give him a game chat voice?
Maybe. I know you wanted to give a character a game chat voice. I don't remember if it was this guy or not.
Because when he yells, he kind of, I kind of feel like he sounds like game chat.
There's an E over there, old boy.
There's an E over there, old boy, E! For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bally well doing?
So true.
Betty, what you've done with the house?
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
Nice. Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. Well...
Yeah, get the fuck out of my house.
According to Mr. Holmes, Mr. Garadep is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Oh,
He's gonna fucking, like... He's gonna be like that bitch from,
Well, we've already looked around this room, yeah.
Yeah. What's that game? Fucking... I can't remember it. It's like got this, like, fucking MS Paint looking art style. And... What the fuck?
What?
How did he... I didn't notice him at first.
He blends in so well. I just sound like faded, like his ass faded in the back.
I wasn't
what's he doing
really,
over there?
fully looking, and he just swag paraded in here. Also, the game I was thinking of is Facade. You know, where that guy's leave. He would be like that.
I am gonna fix us some
Mr.
drinks.
Holmes! Yeah, that.
Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows.
Out of my house.
Good gracious, why did you sneak in here? Sherlock Holmes, sir, at your service.
Whatever were you doing over by the window?
I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation.
Bro, is that a reference to Portal?
So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. And one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need. Western great detectives great mind.
No.
It's time for a great deduction. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon.
Do you mean Mr. Holmes?
My patented gay dance, of course. There's a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles.
Uh-huh.
I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just one time
whether
enough
you want to or not.
for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark.
He has like TF2 hands.
It's the gloves.
True.
Mr. Garideb, it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate.
Damn.
I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon! There's an E over there, old boy, E.
E?
The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Eh?
Just beast. You mean the cat?
And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. My hoovel-ass eating roast beast.
Mr. Naruhodo, look!
The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Holmes's conclusions are both spot on. How? How could you possibly... How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts.
not my London ass eating king of beast.
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not too easily tamed. Well, so, shall we begin? Once again, Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his theatre of logic and reason.
I'm imagining this like a fucking magical girl transformation taking place. Everyone else in the room is staring at it like, what the fuck is going on?
Nature of the beast.
I would too if some random, like, inventor-looking guy just broke into my house and started saying shit.
Yeah. Its only shouldn't take a great detective to see. Not a fearsome beast has been on a rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncomfortably candid.
Uncommonly.
What did I say? Uncomfortably?
Yeah, you said uncomfortably, it was
Uncommonly, yeah, okay.
uncommonly, yeah.
Your furtive glance, Mr. Garideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast has that rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Yes, though an army man, you appeal unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you?
Piffle.
This piffle? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact. You had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What?
Is it behind the fucking thing?
Himself?
No, the screen behind Sherlock. Like, we weren't allowed to look behind.
Yes, there's a lion behind.
I get the feeling it's not a lion, but...
Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are very much in evidence.
Well!
Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam?
Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction.
It is?
Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handle advertising a circus show.
Oh!
How did he see that? Okay. Yes. You sought to
He's
dispose of this
specialized.
terrifying lion, Mr. Garadeb, at Batty Circus. A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I've made that point. I have made my point.
Made myself clear.
The fearsome beast within rank amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Oh, we're doing more anyway.
True.
Okay. Now, Mr. Garadeb, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, it at Bliff Post, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing somebody so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what we must ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. And we only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. What? Look at her. She's looking at something else. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment.
Oh.
For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in the final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Oh, unimaginable?
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by the observing carpet over there. Okay, now. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, we may.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst?
She's looking at him. Oh.
This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inevitably revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only to look at the Tower of Cakes.
Oh!
There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noble woman, if they have not bread, let them eat cake?
Is that even like the thing that was said around this time? I guess it was. They've done the research
I guess.
on these games.
Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spelled out for the nature of the final act this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet.
Yeah, so true.
The teeth marks on the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India.
Uh-huh.
Trust me, source, trust me.
Sources do trust me.
My sources, I made it the fuck up. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
I'm sold. Oh, not again.
Ah! What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice.
My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too.
The way you like popped that P was like a fucking Skype notification. Oh.
I forgot what Skype notifications sound like at this point.
Same, actually.
Mr. Holmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it, again? Well, your deductions just now... Do you really think a lion could have fit in a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse.
Ah, that's where we are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own way against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing, but I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil,
Oh my fucking god.
they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh!
Oh! What a glorious notion! That's great, cunt. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage, that's all Mr. Holmes's deductions need. You can do it.
Give him a massage, Naruhodo. Go on, do it. Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo.
This is what group projects are like.
We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Sherlock Holmes's theater of logic and reason.
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, that's weird. I thought they corrected those, but I guess not.
It doesn't affect images, I think. That might be an image.
Yeah, it just appears like text. Yeah, I'm not gonna read this again in his voice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or might this be steak? Okay. Uncommonly candid, yeah. I like how that sweat drop just like waits there when it when it appears.
Yeah. Polite. Question mark?
I really didn't see that lion thing coming.
No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room.
Yes, something of a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
We must follow Mr. Garrideb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer.
Right, can I look around? Okay, I can. Whoa.
What the heck?
Whoa.
What's that painting? What has he got? What's in there? I can't see it very well because of the bitrate.
Whoa. Horror game.
Huh.
What's this photograph?
Every time I do it, mate. It appears to be from Mr. Garrideb's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
Does, but you can't make out his bride.
no. How unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Oh yeah?
Newlywed bride. Yeah, she caused the damage in this.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay.
The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride.
Is it?
Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit.
We didn't get to look around too much, but I'm assuming this is it because there's not much in the way of camera movement.
Yeah, and it was directly behind the lion. Yes,
Yeah.
this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Gerdup. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, Indeed, surely a woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. I don't think any woman would.
Honored might be.
Honored might be stretching a point. I love how he looks there.
I love that he like just walks in and does that pose.
Yeah. Too late, the fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Ah! Oh my god. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
Whoa!
Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself.
Unless she's the wife. Although I don't think she would be.
Where this angry creature has disappeared to, madam?
Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to see to me, with one glance at your direction.
It is?
Oh yeah. Your dress pocket has given us a handsome clue to the beast's current whereabouts. Oh, is she actually... I think
Is she actually
I don't exactly remember it. Maybe she has a wedding ring.
Oh, I didn't get to read the Nusasato's text.
Oh, that's... Oh.
The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well... I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Holmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Garrideb anywhere.
It seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Where could she be? Oh, yeah, I was...
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thought so.
Nice wedding ring. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
Oh!
Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print. I didn't even notice that. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
No. No.
Nah.
You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself.
Oh my! What?
Your mic is cutting out a little bit.
It might be because of the fucking auto adjust thing. One sec.
Yeah.
Let me fuck with it.
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir.
Hang on, sorry, I'm still fucking with this.
It's okay. As you rightly summarized, this is my wife. Yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bally good corker. Bally good corker? It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man.
Turn off the auto filtering thing and move the microphone a bit closer to my face, so it should be a bit better.
Okay, it's good. Yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have suffered insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? That's not right, I tell you! I was 2nd Lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know?
Right.
By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. That hasn't changed. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it doesn't employs no staff at all.
Society.
Though in my honest opinion, in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. Garrett has his wife work as his maid? It reminds me of that one, like old British sitcom, Keeping Up Appearances, that was essentially also about this sort of thing.
Good lord.
Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? That tea has so much tobacco in it at this point.
He doesn't give a shit.
Only in company, obviously, but listen here, this must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please! Please, old boy!
Tip-top is like the name of a bread here.
Yeah.
The raging wife of Mr. Garrett.
My god.
His angry gamer wife destroyed this room after losing a game of League of Legends.
Now, Mr. Garrett, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that bliff post, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel is being revealed by that supporting arm. Mr. Holmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrett's wife a beast.
So true. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
Mr. and Mrs. Beast.
Fuck.
Bad Miss Garrett is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he?
Oh, how true. So true, bestie.
Not yet.
So perhaps that supporting arm seems to be propping up his head. Has some other significance then.
According to Mr. Holmes, Mr. Garrett's pain is tangible, though. What could that pause of his really signify?
He's an old bitch.
Yeah, well, let's see what's out of shot. Well,
let's see Paul Allen's card.
Let's see his slapped cheeks.
Take that!
Oh, true. I kept noticing that when he was like moving in that kind of...
He was trying to not show us that side.
Yeah.
Your head weighs heavy on your
like
shoulders.
Moon head.
See? The pain you feel is being revealed by that slapped cheek. I love the way he looks at him too. And of course, look at how small he is here. It's such a weird angle. Wow.
Good lord.
And of course, the deliver of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garrett? Oh, her eyes.
Her eyes. Oh. Wow. Gosh.
You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ah!
Every time he fucking does that, it shows that part of his face. I was like, what happened? Did he get burned?
Yeah. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man? How did you work that out, old boy? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. Front-facing Garrett. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrett to fly into rage. And we'd only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer.
Bills? Yeah.
Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
true. This is just like real life now. Didn't Mr. Holmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Slap your partner because bills are too high.
True.
Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing you're responsible for gobbling up all that food... Oh. It's Mr. Garrideb's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing.
Yes, well... She's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap round the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
I just wanna like rustle through those bills and there's just like a strip club invite in there.
Jesus.
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Well, okay.
Oh, there's the lipstick mark on it. Yeah, you're not wrong. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh, no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
Alright,
Oh.
I was close.
Alright.
And look to the signature here.
Lip marks, made with lipstick. What the fuck else would they be? Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
Don't get any ideas, Susato.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
But this bookmark is actually a love note then. Love note, okay. I guess that was important to examine that first.
Take that!
Yeah. The music stopped.
Yeah. I don't think we've gotten the corrections wrong yet, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to.
Yeah. But sometimes, like, when it's stuff like this, it can trip you up a bit. If you are too
Yeah.
quick. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain that you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Wow, look at her. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Wow.
wow.
Ah! But I don't know the Bally woman. You don't know her? I heard that Bally is like a thing British people say when they don't want to say bloody.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there.
Sure.
It was just in there, you say?
You know how it is.
That's right, that's what I've been saying. Ah!
A likely story.
Now listen here, John, old thing. I explained at the time.
Old thing.
I bought the book at that second-hand place, and the note must have already been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's what I've been saying. Ah! I don't know how to scream in that voice.
That's fine. A likely story.
For heaven's sake, old woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. Ah! A likely story.
Likely story.
Are you questioning my name now?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. This
And
lady is the
we have
biggest bitch in the fucking 7 seas.
Arouse the suspicions of the female heart and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh. Now, in the final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Oh, unimaginable.
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst?
Oh.
It's gonna just say like, you were so angry that you ate a bunch of cakes and then ate the carpet.
True.
This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only to look at the Tower of Cakes.
But surely Mr. Scaradub didn't eat the carpet?
No, of course not. There doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Holmes's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Scaradub's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
So I'm not sure how this is helping us, like, in our case, but let's keep going,
Yeah.
I guess. Alright, let's see what we
Might
can
as well.
see.
Yes!
Alright.
Yes!
I don't see anything. It's like out of shot.
I wish I could see better, but the bit rate can be a bit shit sometimes. What's that on the floor by the carpet?
It's a candle. Hang on. I don't want to
What's the
accidentally
candle
click.
doing there? I guess inspect the candlestick. That might be the reason why. It looks like it fell down and it was burned.
Yeah.
Yes, and according to Mr. Holmes's deduction, the tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly.
Mr. Holmes saw a Kako demon and thought it was a lion.
Oh!
Oh, look here.
What is it?
Can restart the screen share. Maybe that helps it.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's just doesn't like having too many colors.
It is 720p 30, so
You know how it is.
you know,
One sec.
yeah.
Okay, I'm back in.
Look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks.
In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all.
Let's rethink this with that in mind.
I think we have to inspect the candlestick because it's missing one.
Candelabra, yeah.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me as even the slightest knock could make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait, take a closer look at this.
Let's take a closer look at that snow.
There's one candle missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the three missing from its holder?
We have to inspect the one on the floor now.
Let me see if I can. I can't really inspect it. Wait, like... No, it's only... I guess I'll have to present the candlestick.
I mean... Yeah. Try it. Maybe
Can-
save
okay.
first, just to be totally sure.
No, can I? I don't think I can save here, the escape is not working.
Sad.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
mean
surely
to
it's the
press it.
candlestick.
I mean, with the one on the floor, it's pretty... It should be enough.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what the obvious deduction is here. I hope we got it
Yeah.
right.
But sometimes, even when it's obvious, they will not let you progress until you do some stupid shit.
Yeah, it's like the fucking coin under the stake. Like, how are
Yeah.
we supposed to know that?
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only to look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way to get out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Oh, okay, there it is.
Any carpet.
Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was at the scene of a very marital altercation. He uses so many words. Mrs. Garradab's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. He fucking slapped a candle out of the candle holder and it didn't fall over. And in seconds the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room was in flames.
Put it back.
Yes, For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire.
True.
And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was a scene of a fire. The sparks of a discord convo.
He puts it back. Oh shit. He's getting up. Front-facing Garrett.
Mr. Holmes, sir, I salute you!
What the fuck?
Okay.
He just
Wow.
died. Oh, okay.
They're so good for each other.
So true.
Elementary.
Elementary.
Is the bitrate any better?
It's about the same.
Oh. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't you know about admonished? Demolished might be a closer mark to the mark. And beast is most certainly an appetite. Here we go
need to
again.
go to, like, marriage counseling.
They need to just like stop drinking tea. And the carpet,
True.
was that destroyed by fire when that candle fell on the floor? Right to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place was filled with smoke. Couldn't see a belly thing. Couldn't see a belly thing. I was caught between the cold sticks rage and the raging flames.
Jesus.
You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Sherlock just gives no fuck about anyone, he just wants to watch the world burn.
True.
Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. That belly furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over here, Mr. Garrett?
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'd allow me.
Damn.
Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke.
Whoosh.
Gosh.
Gosh. Yuck.
And the wife started hurling things at me.
Jesus Christ.
Started
What a
hurling
terrible
those.
sight it must have been.
Started hurling those
Just
tank
like a-
missiles at him.
Jesus.
That was
Guys
I.
have like an active war zone.
Yeah. That was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming, 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride? Ah yes, your notorious love for big cats coming through again. I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
Is he saying he likes cougars or something?
I don't know. So
What did he mean by this?
So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of this ferocious beast's rampage.
Beast is demonic in nature. Mr. Holmes's deductions turned out to be correct once again.
I should give one character that voice. The beast is demonic in
fucking-
nature, yeah.
We can take comfort in knowing there is bucket of wet slop. Grins.
Scrub the beast clean. Grins. Can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere. And
It was epic ponage.
it was epic carnage. Flames everywhere, and they all stick in full fettle.
Stop calling her a stick, she's like literally the opposite of that.
Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think.
So, at exactly the same time as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window in the street below.
Oh.
Okay, so this does kind of help our case, I guess.
So they didn't actually see what was happening.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that helps. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment. But I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, his Adam's apple. I don't like that.
I wasn't even noticing that.
It was just like moving up and down. It's like what I used to do to you in like webcam chats, video chats.
Why do you do these
to
things?
disturb you.
Eh.
Mr. Holmes. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. What can I do you for you? What can I do you for?
What can I do you for? People say that.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a thing people say.
Yeah, I know they do. I was think it's like a British thing, I think.
It is. 1000%.
Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garredub's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you'd recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired armyman was to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not.
Okay, thanks, dickhead.
This is his trolling music, by the way.
This is his little trolling theme.
Yeah, I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one. That all things fall into one. The only two categories: those relevant to the case and those not.
And he doesn't give a shit about anything else.
That makes no sense to me.
He's literally that like Sailor Moon scene where the tuxedo mask is like,
goes.
my job here is done, but she didn't do anything. And he just leaves.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, no matter.
Yeah, Squidward.
It's of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it at that time already? Holy gee, look at the time.
If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. Oh joy.
New game mechanic. Filing paperwork. Feel like a real lawyer.
Yay! File your taxes simulator. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garredup.
Oh, we spent here so long they went from dinner to supper. Oh yes, I'm so sorry.
Now fuck off, please.
Please go fuck yourself.
Thank you both very much for your time. Thank you both very much for your time.
Thank you for your time. Please, come again. Suseki will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer.
Your friend will be waiting for you in the garage.
They'll be waiting for you, Gordon, in the text chamber. Oh, that's not where I was expecting to go.
We're back at the shit-ass snowman. It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison.
I thought I went
so they can arrest us, just like Mario Sunshine.
Yes, I know. Let's have a care. Oh.
What's the matter?
I thought I selected the prison cell. I don't know why I'm here. Looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garredup's house.
I guess we left and this is where it put us?
Yeah, I guess. Oh my god.
What the fuck? No, get that away from my face.
What the fuck? Okay, how would he sound?
Alright, who's voicing this fucker?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if I want to give a voice to this guy. I don't know.
I don't want him to speak for me. He's like a Shakespeare.
Like a Shakespeare wannabe, yeah.
Yeah,
like a
pretty much.
Court jester, like a court jester cunt.
I know thee not, old man.
Oh,
I know thee not, old man.
No, go back to the first one you were doing.
I know thee not,
Don't give
old man.
him the wet slop.
Don't
give him the wet slop guy voice. Give that to another guy. Don't give him that. That's fine. That's good.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? This guy's like a Muppet.
He looks like Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Stupid dog!
What does he sound like?
Stupid dog!
What does he sound like?
You made me look bad. Something like that.
I can try to do.
Okay.
Fucking.
Stupid dog!
I haven't actually seen the show, but I don't fully know how he sounds. But I'm just gonna do like a kind of Muppet voice for him.
Okay.
Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you all about?
So I'm not sure about that voice.
Excuse me. Eh? What the? Who are you now? Yeah, I should be asking you that. Who the fuck are you?
This is like when
It's like Popeye.
Professor Layton's art style meets Ace Attorney again.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here.
Problem, officer.
And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see? Oh my god, don't! Eh? A lawyer? What?
When I voiced the Shakespeare guy, I should try to like pinch my fingers in the air.
Yeah.
If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law.
Oh. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet.
Alright, mustard jacket.
Fucking shin.
Get thee to the nunnery!
Fucking hell.
Yeah, this is when I do that. It's like I need to like hold my Y's. Like, get thee to the nunnery.
Yeah. Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you?
Excellent. He has a fucking
these are
troll
literally
face.
like fucking like Shakespeare characters that just arrive in the middle of the play for comic relief.
Yeah.
I do hope you're not injured.
We are here to pat out the case. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you.
He sounds almost like Kermit. That's good.
What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamed and of in your philosophy.
You already said that.
I'm not Horatio either.
Get ratioed.
Get Horatioed.
Forgive the inquiry, sir. Are you?
He looks like someone
here?
who would spend a lot of time in Twitter replies. Oh, for Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
It's a wonder they haven't fucking kicked you out, that like evicted you.
Alright, he did it. He killed someone. Mr. Gerda mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Yes, son, gentleman named Natusume. Oh, more worthy a polemist in my battle of words? Nah, could there be? Sorry? You know what he reminds me of? The voice that I'm doing? It reminds me of like in the Stanley Parable demo when you went into an emotion booth. Do you remember that?
No, I have not played Stanley Parable. I don't actually know these things.
In the demo, you can go into like an emotion booth and it's labeled despair, and you go in and there's just like a voice going, "Where did this ghost go?"
No, I don't know this. I haven't played it.
Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. I see.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least.
So, fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
Oh,
My
he's
god.
gone. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room.
Seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Soseki and that man as lodgers, the Garrett house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage.
Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return. When do we get to see Egg Benedict or whatever the fuck his name was?
Oh, he's in the final case.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. Another Mr. Motion Capture, speaking of which.
Yeah.
Local Gale. Gay baby jail.
Why is he doing that?
It is sometimes disturbing that his eyes look like buttons. Like now.
Is it Coraline? Oh.
Oh, how did he sound now?
I forgot. He was like really intense. He was like a JoJo character.
Yeah. Oh, it's you! You came! No, that's the... I was just doing this voice.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually
oh, it's you! You're here, you came! Welcome to the Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched! I'm so touched! He looks like what?
He looks like the guy from Brain Age when he makes that face.
Oh yeah.
We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
I think I tried to give him like a samurai voice.
Yeah.
Oh no, no time, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots.
He has like
noble, nurturing, never failing, Nipponese!
He has every mental illness.
Oh no, let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree.
Now.
There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. Is that fucking...
The fuck is this now?
Is it... what's his name? Van Zeeks? On the other hand... Oh, okay.
Oh.
It is still friendship transcending international borders. And one truly appreciates the fact.
Did he stalk us here?
Yes. Such is my belief, at least. Ah, oh, it's... yes, it's you! The miserable rotten spy, Sherlock Holmes! Mr. Holmes, what are you doing here?
Followed us.
I have no intention of doing anything per se, except your mom. Safe observing for chores.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Oh, that was him, okay, I thought that said Susato. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow, and that says it is the superior option. That's so shit.
No, it's not.
Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny.
Fucking stealing his shit.
How dare you, Sherlock Holmes! Hey! Ugh. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never come to Great Britain. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is be damned. Be damned. Well, I fucked that up.
It's fine.
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
We're just all over the place with these voices now.
That's fine. You're
He mentioned
voicing
that
more
once
characters
before,
than I
didn't
am.
he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. His eye twitch. And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings are indeed for tomorrow's trial. Oh, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean?
What did he mean by this?
Oh, okay. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh no, why are you looking at me so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed tomorrow somehow?
Jesus.
Wow. Are you referring to the prosecutor, the Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please, tell me, summarize it succulently in 16 salient words! No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Well, that's gonna help him. He's gonna have a heart attack now.
He's literally just gonna like.
Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly! Wow.
Jesus. Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
He died, it's what he deserves.
Fuck.
Mr. Megando. What? What? Ah, I am impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail, for detail.
Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Holmes, surely it can be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself.
Jesus! Oh no! He couldn't have. Surely. You think people would do that? Just go and kill their...
You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, yes. Why, of course he is.
No prosecutor has ever committed murder in this series. Ah, of course he is! And why are you trying to scare me? His voice keeps changing too. It could be said, however.
No, it's fine. It's funny that it's inconsistent.
His voice changes when he screams, I think. But
yeah.
The real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
You know fucking what's his name that does the Isaac narration?
Yeah.
He also does the voices for like the dogma fight. I think it's funny that it's like he just goes from like kind
what
of
if we aren't living in the light?
Yeah. Just goes from like normal guy to fucking unhinged, and it's still the same person.
Yeah.
Different voice. I think we can do that for him too. It's funny.
What on earth do you mean by that? I think we'll be seeing him a lot too, so that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
The repair.
Hey, Apple.
Hey, Apple. Nah. Van Zieks is quite an exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. Ah, that's good. It's like he's going to cry tears of joy.
His mustache twitching.
As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view, and they can interrupt the trial and end it whenever they want. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. Very sussy behavior. By such underhand means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail.
But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
And sadly, that is from time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation. And that's alright.
That's society for you.
However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my.
Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking. Disappear?
About, though.
But how?
Don't worry about it. They just go on vacation to Florida.
Yeah. Ah, by all manners of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Thames, I think.
I don't know. I know it's a British word.
It's our British river that passes through London.
Yeah.
Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by highwaymen.
Just like RuneScape.
Oh, no. No. All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo.
You know,
I remember last time I voiced him, it just destroyed my throat, so I'm gonna try to do something like...
Yeah, fair.
A bit different. 1 second. I knew it! Oh wait, he's gonna scream. 1 sec. Let me close the window. I did! Dodo! Done for! Doomed! My god.
Let's keep talking about things that make you upset. I'm sure this will go well.
When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Gerdup's house, I assume? Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But it's only been in London a week before I started to notice strange things in myself. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. But I was sure people were talking about me, starting to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help, the fear wouldn't go away.
Why the window is boarded?
I like how he's almost dabbing here.
You must have been very lonely having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now. Yes, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient. The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. Maybe I should roll my R's when I'm doing this voice.
Yeah, maybe.
The landlord...
That might be funny.
The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed. Oops."
Oops.
He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, and so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it. If not, don't mention it in the first place." Yes, well said.
True.
It was true. It was all true. I don't know about that, actually. You mean the room really is cursed, then? Or since I moved into that windowless hellhole?
Full of hell. I don't know why I went in there.
My sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I've been choked to death. Maybe because you have no windows and there's no air. And
he
my
has
waking
fucking
hours...
carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah. In my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown into prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits.
Shit.
If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Did no one find it in his heart or his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all.
We're right here, dude.
To believe, yes, to believe. Okay, to believe. we're the Polar Express now.
Alright.
Mr. Holmes.
Hey, we got it.
Me, Mr. Naruto? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SSL Claire, if you recall. The Eau Claire. Ah, that case. The one with the snake.
Yeah, that one where the guy died.
Well, yes. At that time I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. Then you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is why. Why did you believe in me? I see, yes, you mean... Because you were a grimly dressed shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room. Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little teensy bit.
I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What?
Such a bitch.
You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
Inspiring.
What do you...
What? What do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
What do you mean, Mr. Holmes? I make up my own mind about what is to believe and what is not. No, veg. Yuck yucky. I should like to believe in something I do. The circumstance can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. No. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, he's right! He's right! Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
You have to say it like that every time.
Whether or not I can believe myself. Also his teeth. Oh.
Ah, yes, my apparition of Kazuma. It's what I need in these trying times.
The defense lawyer can only be as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
A McNug is only as good as its sauce.
You were so right, Kazuma. You were so true, bestie.
I remember when we went to McDonald's with Kazuma and he said that. So based.
Remember this, Naruhodo. For a wedding.
Naruhodo, get the sweet and sour sauce, Naruhodo. The sweet and sour, not barbecue.
Kazuma, I want sweet chili.
They sell sweet chili at McDonald's there? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow, we don't have that. We have like barbecue, we have sweet and sour, we have like aioli.
I don't know if sweet chili is only for like the shrimps there, but I think you can get it for anything. I haven't ordered McDonald's in a long time. Seasonally, but it's expensive and it sucks.
It's expensive and it sucks. Okay, yeah, fair.
Well, my dear fellows, it is time we are leaving. It's like $5 for 5 shrimp.
You could just get those at the supermarket or something and it probably tastes better.
Yeah. It is time we are leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to kick us out. Kick our asses.
Kick us in the ass.
There's a restaurant near here that sells excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
It's gonna be expensive as fuck.
I can't. He can't. He's strapped.
Oh dear. There is never enough time, is there?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear. There's ants, honey.
Honey, there's ants. There's ants in this jail, so I want to get out of here.
Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Please burst into tears again. Do the thing, say the line. As I said, I only experienced
the line part.
I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing wasn't found not guilty, I was certain of something crucial. Something crucial? What to believe in? The defendant, justice, or the truth? What to believe even? But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else.
Fuck y'all, got mine.
To trust my instincts. I'm the most important.
Yes! Yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
You're so right.
You're so based.
Your big ass is so correct. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. This is why the game just auto-saved. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Saying locum.
Ikam bukam. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. Oh. As I said when we first met. I'd like to entrust my faith to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume.
Courtroom, we're gonna go in the courtroom and these bitches are gonna be like, they're talking in Japanese, they're conspiring, bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. My ball sack.
Let's watch this. Let's watch this bitch getting burnt by the tea for the
I hope that happens in court somehow too.
Yes.
Miss Susato.
Yes.
Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? No.
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. Yeah!
The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind.
Oh.
But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Holmes believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Suseki has no one, he's all alone, it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom.
I'm fucking playing Cookie Run, there's a rock, paper, scissors event. This bitch just walked up to me to play rock, paper, scissors and said, hello!
This stupid princess bitch keeps playing rock, paper, scissors with me. Ever since I installed this goddamn app. Oh my god. Alright, to be continued.
I was just so upset. I was like, I got a notification. It's like, oh, what's the notification? I look and it's them saying fucking hello.
Hello?
Alright, guys. Okay, chat. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
No, I'm picking.
Germa. Germa playing rock, paper, scissors with the chat.
Okay, they also picked paper.
Alright, well let's just
do it again.
Keep going to the trial then, because we've been only here for an hour and 22 minutes.
Oh, they picked scissors. Okay, I'm fucked.
Wow. 20th February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey.
Okay, they gave me. I lost, but I gave them a rice cake, so now they're giving me more shit.
Oh, there's DMing me at this hour. He's up at this hour.
Oh, Jesus.
In October 2014, MatPat would make a tweet asking his followers what theory he should do for Halloween. There were two choices, Slender or Five Nights at Freddy's. Imagine an alternate future where Slender becomes the FNAF franchise. Well, I never expected this. Actually, I'm gonna BRB real quick because I've been drinking a lot of water, so...
A thirsty boy.
Yeah. See you in a moment.
Alright. Okay, I'm back.
Alright. Thought you were here and I said
Hello.
when I went out,
Oh.
I forgot Merlin was in this house too. So
Oh no.
she just started meowing really loud because she
Oh.
wanted to get in my room, but
Do you want?
you
Let
can't
her
at the
in.
moment. No, I can't at the moment. She would like walk in front of the mic.
Oh. Yeah, Maggie does that too.
Yeah. Alright.
Very icky. No good.
Who'd have thought we'd be back in here again so soon?
We are on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible.
We need as much court XP as possible. Well, yes, I
Gotta be on
suppose
that
that's
grind.
true. The person is in the dock. It may well be his or her one and only time in court. It could be life-changing. It even could be life-ending.
Century have never. People in the 19th century have never heard of they/them pronouns.
In which case,
Just keep saying his or her.
Treating this as research may seem a little crass.
May seem a little cringe.
Oh, okay.
When you put it like that, you're quite right.
That's probably Sherlock. Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, his eyes are bloodshot.
Jesus, he didn't even sleep, I bet.
Yeah. I don't think they were this way last time.
No.
Ah, Mr. Natsume, good morning. I'm high as fuck.
Good use. Yo! Yo! Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot.
Yarrow bird catches the worm!
Jesus Christ.
As they say here in Great Britain. Yes, I've heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink.
Oh.
And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. All literally people
Skill
takes
issue.
things so literally.
Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume.
I wish I had 9 lives, my whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble.
You're doing that right now.
Really, because I can feel tremors on the floor.
Earthquake, don't worry about it.
I can't do this, I can't take it.
No, I can't take the top rope.
Although, welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. Looked like that opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Mr. Sato?
I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea.
So the all-knowing look in your face is just coincidence then, is it? Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van Zeeks? Is that right, Mr. Sato?
I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes.
Why?
Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one.
You couldn't just like look at them when they were selling them?
Yeah, he's literally on the front page, come on.
I knew it!
Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday.
Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Alright, he's gonna probably be a witness too. The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeeks' return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. He went back to making content. The trial of Cosney McGundle. What a harrowing experience that was.
I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's.
I wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country.
Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder? You know, just an everyday murder.
It is London.
True. They don't give a shit.
Gonna
That's
shank
the
ya.
question the papers are asking, and they are all speculating various answers.
Mundane? Mundane? It's the most significant saga of this century to some of us.
Oh, gee, I meant no offense, Mr. Matsui, but that is how the papers are describing it.
Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. There's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago.
Yes, I agree.
Welcome, Student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you! Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Both times it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper!
Oh.
Please, don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers. I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers. Don't rub my shoulders, please.
I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck.
His face right now is like me getting up every morning to do an Ace Attorney stream.
Every morning.
Every Sunday morning. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just my luck. Wasn't I represented by a man with such frail fortune?
Come on.
By the
now.
least lucky lawyer alive!
Fucking hell.
You could have had no one, you know.
True.
Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you.
He's such a Twitter guy.
Yes, it's true that I'm a student, new to London, with little in the way of experience or skills, or luck. But I promise you this, I will try. I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume.
You're not alone.
Whatever happens, we will always be on your side.
Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant business Mikotoba Esquires. Esquires.
I don't think that's a word.
I am in your debt forever! I shall never forget this great kind. Oh. Mr. Natsume, counsel for the defense. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once.
Get your ass in here.
Alright then, Mr. Natsume, it's time. Let's go. What did he say? It's great kindness for as long as I live. Okay.
Which might only be until tomorrow.
Yes!
True.
What are you gonna say?
Which might only be until tomorrow,
Yeah.
given the track record with these fucking trials.
Yeah. Second appearance in the British courtroom. My second trial against the Reaper. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a multi-day too.
Yeah.
I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time I won't let my faith
Judging
waver.
me.
I believe in my client to the last. I like to imagine he gets like flashbacks like this also when he's doing like mundane things like making spaghetti or fucking putting on his shoes.
Yeah, how would Kazuma do this?
Kazuma, I hope you're watching over me as I stir these noodles. Make sure the taste is as good as you taught me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. I made the sauce just like you like it. Old Bailey courtroom. The Old Bailey courtroom. The name. What did he say?
How did he sound? Yeah, how did he
sounded
sound?
like Santa Claus, like. In the name of Her Majesty. In her name of the Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I need to remember, like when he yells, it's like, my goodness, my goodness.
True.
Yeah. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is
So
fully
dramatic.
prepared, my lord.
He's so gay vampire.
The defense is right, Dracula, my scared ass.
True. Does he have to make that fucking like wide-eyed, like scrambling eye expression every time?
Mm.
Also, can you not be racist in this courtroom?
The Nipponese are truly a fascinating breed. It's what he says in the trailer too. Sorry, what? Lord Vortex has told me all about you.
Well, that's not fair.
You are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago, a mere amateur. Yeah, and I beat you. Do you have a point? You have a problem?
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance.
What do you mean? Alright. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Get his ass.
Susato.
It's gonna be like, how dare a woman speak in the courtroom? After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent.
I can't hear you over the sound of not having a penis.
Woman's opinion. Blocked!
Very true. A most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course.
I had nothing to do with it.
Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate violent end. Smashes the cup. Doesn't even start. Also, oh, the jury, the wife was there.
Oh, I couldn't see it because of the quality. But that's
Oh,
alright,
oh
I'll
yeah.
see him.
Thank you, counsels. I see both are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Also, fair play is the foreman this time. Are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? And yeah, he's apparently Australian, so it's like...
Yeah, he's Australian.
You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe it's in fair play for everyone. I believe in fair play for everyone. She's new. Okay.
What kind of wish should we do for her?
I also imagine like like she has a puckered lip, so it's just like, oh.
Alright, one sec.
Well, I must warn you.
Maybe not with the ash. Oh shit.
Okay,
Sorry, I
What's
pressed
that?
space by accident.
that's fine.
Well, I must warn you. I'm rather more ruthless than I appear.
Nice.
I'll have to work on that.
Oh, well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow.
That's good.
I'm afraid to say I think it's quite possible that Mustache Governor did the deed.
But he's living in your house, you asshole.
Oh, Quario is here.
British Wario.
Come on, what are you waiting for? No doubt he didn't anyway.
That's good. Okay, this is like the husband of that fucking old lady that was in the first.
Okay, I need to like drain all my liquids from my throat.
Sorry, didn't quite catch that.
Alright.
Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zix. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with the rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Suseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of a most sinister act. Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but
Jesus.
walking down the street! Tries. A knife crime?
Hell.
I tell you from bitter experiences, those are the worst. Bloody oath they are.
Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese.
Oh, she's
Oh my
racist
God.
too.
Everyone is racist here.
Come on, let's get this over with. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, didn't quite catch that.
He's just gonna do that every fucking time.
pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber.
You don't give a shit. You've done it before.
Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. It's gonna be Gregson. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Yeah. He's
Yep.
got fish and chips with him.
He needs his fish and chips.
Your name and occupation, please. I need to like gradually switch octaves. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Viridian Green.
She looks like a human version of those fucking things from Xenoblade.
This is... I like how her face just looks painted on.
She also looks like a Wind Waker NPC.
Yeah. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be? Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her tucker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. We couldn't turn her around.
That happened?
That was 3 days ago now. She's been comatose ever since.
Does that happen just from being stabbed?
Happens all the time in TF2.
They die! They don't go comatose, they die!
They go comatose for 14 seconds and then they respawn.
True.
So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map.
You got Google Maps?
Meerschaum Street.
As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles.
Thoroughfare.
Yeah, thoroughfare. Had been not long since it stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Oh, those are the markers, okay.
Yeah.
Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals.
For all we know, they're giving her arsenic because that's what they did in the 18th century.
Yeah, what is that again?
Poison.
Oh.
Kills you.
She'll be fine. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept this document as evidence, if you please. Okay, we can inspect this, I guess. What of the weapon that was used? Okay, before we go get to the weapon.
Have a peek.
2 pages, okay. Young one, ranger, conscious, stab wound to the back. Green, female, stab build, early 20s. Final destination. Location, pavement of Briar Road, east side. Patrick O'Malley.
Haven't seen that guy yet, I think.
The victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Their details are unknown. No other signs of injury were observed. Seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. Okay.
Alright, I guess that tracks so far. But we'll see.
Sir, I have that here. Was removed from the victim's back. It's a spy knife. Ouch, that big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now.
With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman.
Even me. Even the scragged-looking Suseki, I suppose. Well, a common or garden jackknife, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence.
We inspected as well. Okay, yeah.
Was lodged in the victim's back. First thing I want to see if there's blood on it. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume?
Just for a laugh.
Let's see if we can examine it. Okay, yeah.
We can unfold it.
See if we can unfold it.
Same on both sides.
There's no blood on it, or there's no tip
No
on
blood.
it, actually.
Blunt tip. Blunt tip.
Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing.
You're right. Well spotted, Mrs. Sato.
I wonder what could have happened to it. Surely it's not broken off in her back.
I mean, I'm not sure how you would stab somebody and have the tip break off during it. You'd have to like,
You'd have to. You'd have to.
break it off somehow.
Yeah. Something's fucky. I guess we'll find out
Yes,
later.
you don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you?
Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful.
Is there anything significant about this?
Well, it's not covered in blood. They must have cleaned it.
Well, that would be dumb
Anything else?
to clean it. Okay. Alright.
Okay, that closes it. I think that's about all we can get from it. Or...
No,
yeah,
okay,
no,
that
it
just...
unfolds again.
That's interesting.
I think that's it for now.
From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems that she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some sort of deep-seated resentment toward the victim? I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
We're gonna blame him anyway, because we gotta need a suspect. What?
If theft and grievance have been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Objection!
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? He just killed someone!
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of killing someone in the public gallery. But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet.
You don't need to act like this every fucking time.
For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. What? Oh. Scotland Yard does not arrest people without a good cause. That should be beyond question.
Well then why did they
We're good
arrest
at our
him, you
job.
fucking cunt?
Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Yes, sir! I bit my cheek.
Ow.
Yeah, my fucking sharp canines are again. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred. There was an unusually light fog.
Unusual for Britain. For
Visibility
London,
was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Didn't Saseki say he saw nobody else?
I think so.
I don't think we have that, but... second-hand book receipt.
No, I don't think we do.
Sum of 2 shillings tender in the receipt for a picture. A meal for Gabriel. Contemporary yearnings. I don't think we've looked at these before.
Can you turn that over?
Big X. I don't think we can turn over the... No, this is just a...
No. Yeah, it's just
thing.
a piece of paper. 2D. Alright. I don't think we have much to go off yet.
Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Husband a number of old books he just bought. Was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. Okay, I think we need to press him on this and ask what books were there.
Yeah.
And then if they do not match with what he got, that might be a contradiction.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Okay. All books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident. Peter Griffin death pose.
Jesus.
If only the arm was like behind her back too. Ah yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. I love the Tetris pieces one. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. Okay, let's examine that immediately. You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Okay.
What the fuck? Where's this coming from?
That nice statement. Let's look at those. Well, we can.
I don't think it shows you the title.
Yeah, we can
We'll let
read
you.
shit. This is just Minecraft enchantment table.
True.
This is just like missing characters. My favorite book. Denying everything despite the overwhelming evidence to the contrary. You only presented like 2 pieces of evidence. Calm the fuck down.
We just got here, you dick.
Well,
Forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it.
What are you doing, Mr. Sato? Don't go on.
Challenging him.
Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident.
Destroying Van Zeeks with facts and logic.
Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, now that you mention it, when we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us all. He did tell us what had all happened. It's a weird way to phrase it.
Yeah.
As I was walking down that accursed pavement, I could make out the silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran, as fast as my legs could carry me back to my accursed lodgings. A green overcoat.
Well, that's exactly what the woman that print is wearing.
Oh my! A photographic print in full color. What will Will come up with next?
The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time, just the 2 of them, the victim and the
We can
accused.
make it if we try.
And there are several witnesses that I'm about to present. In other words, there's nobody else could have possibly stabbed the woman.
You sure?
A fact that the accused concedes. Ugh. It seems that this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. Have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. So we are looking for a contradiction.
Yeah.
It's not just get information, I don't think. Unusually light fog. Pretty long testimony, it's 6 statements. Second one I might return to later.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's probably the one we have to press.
Okay, yeah. The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. Shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room is was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. Oh no, my only weakness. Urban books. Closest second-hand bookshop the accused lodgings, is it? Was that the name? Hang on.
Orban books.
Your books.
Your books.
Your books.
Your books. Alright, so that's clearly not the same name.
Yeah. Others place on the corner of Briar Road and Meerschaum Street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in the lodgings on the other side of the Briar Road at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this, I don't know. Well, we can't
gotta press on
exactly
that.
object a piece of evidence to another piece of evidence, he's
Gotta be some way to
if he
present that.
amends his testimony to say it was in whatever he just said,
Orphan books.
urban books. If
have
surely have
something in
passed the
mind.
scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Most important point that the inspector just made being the name.
The bookshop's name.
Inspector Gregson, may I ask for you for a favor? What? What the fuck do you want? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe? Oh, well, you know, I mean,
Look at
yes!
me now, motherfucker.
Could be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I can see it being of any great significance. None of us looked at the evidence. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? Was on her way from Bourbon Books, a second-hand bookshop he apparently patronizes.
Press.
Right.
Either press or present. I think it's present that.
The receipt.
Objection.
Yeah.
Objection.
Objection.
If I could
He's
stop
so
you,
polite.
Inspector Gregson. What is it, sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. I didn't expect him to say that. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchases of 3 second-hand books. You found that in the accused room, did you? Have proof of that? No. Well.
Source?
I found it, trust me. Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. The receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books.
Your books.
Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume? Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Hey, what?
He's squishing his poor vision chips.
Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that... Well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Objection.
But in fact, that is the bookshop that the defendant visited on the day in question. This receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man
It makes
purchases
a pretty
musty
big
tombs,
difference.
it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Objection. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah,
Where is it
I
on the
disagree.
map in comparison to Bourbon Books?
I mean, it's like right next to it, and this did not matter at all. I
herring
mean, after
moment.
all, I had a street mate.
I have a street map here, if that might be of help.
Yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. The defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books. Then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Mrs. Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he actually was at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he couldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true?
My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility.
I do declare. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said?
Absolutely. It could absolutely could be right. I absolutely could be possibly correct. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. Shit. It turns out that Your Books is just here on the next corner of Meerschaum Street going east. Yeah, so this really did not really help us that much.
No.
And there you have it. As you can clearly see now, this did not matter at all. Oh.
He what's the word? He conjured another fucking thing of wine.
My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he relegates us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus.
A bitch.
Oh, you put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for you.
Or I'll shove
There's
it
a
down your
meow at my
throat.
door. No. There's a meow at my door. Should I let the meow in?
Sure.
Alright, oh, 1 sec.
I
will
didn't think I
allow
need to
this
spell it
meow
out, but here we
more room.
go.
Maggie.
The accused was coming home from your books instead of bourbon books.
Maggie.
There's no doubt that he
Maggie?
will still have passed the place where the victim was stabbed.
Okay, I've got my headphones back on.
Alright.
Maggie.
There wasn't anything new. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Ugh.
Maggie.
She's just walking around my laundry meowing.
Allow me to
here.
reiterate from my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. Wow, you're just on your game today.
Every time he opens his mouth, he says some bitch shit.
He adds another
And then he does
adjective.
that.
Wherever the man had purchased his musty
Maggie.
tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Maggie.
Ah!
They're so dramatic.
As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try.
What did I say? I've had enough of this now. He looks like a bricklayer. Beg your pardon, terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that?
Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up.
What do you mean?
If the prosecution's assertion is correct,
If the prosecution's ass is correct.
the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the
Maggie.
part of the books being incorrect.
Maggie, come here.
Ah, she's absolutely right.
We must think. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully.
We must consider the ass. Alright, I'm done. He claims to say he must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but... I mean, usually... you have to, like, object to these.
Yeah.
Sure. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed.
He could have taken the other path, we're right.
Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map.
Did we just fuck up?
I'm not sure. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, this isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places.
Yeah, actually. I was thinking that. I wasn't sure if it would let us say that.
Yeah. Then use these streets, look what happens. Look at the magical picture. He arrives back at his lodging without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Maggie.
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that. The Twitter
Do you have
replies.
anything nice to say? You fucking bitch.
He just said like L ratio. That route is what is commonly referred to as the long way around. Ah,
I mean, yeah, but our client is a weirdo. He could be doing that.
on a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Didn't he say the street is cursed or something?
Did he?
I think so. I
don't remember that.
he's not normal, first of all.
You are not normal.
The answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words,
You're a clown.
the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
But, aha, yes, I've got it. Obviously, you must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home.
Yeah, actually.
I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection.
Of course.
Huh. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. Oh, so you say, huh?
Uh-huh.
But there was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe this! Why does every client have amnesia when it matters?
True.
I thank you, my learned friend.
They're putting that motion capture to good use.
I suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject.
I wanted to see if Maggie would come and sit on my lap, but she's just sitting and staring aimlessly at something on the floor.
Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? But even if that is the case, the defense still...
Oh, what now?
Oh, okay.
He just
I don't know.
shrugs.
I agree with Lord Van Zix. Wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now.
Fucking again.
Very
We're gonna
well.
have to pull out the, like, fucking thing again.
Yeah. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty!
Oh.
Guilty.
Whoa. Oh.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Huh.
That's his voice.
Guilty.
Okay,
Yeah.
you were like spot on with the last guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck though?
I don't remember them having voice acting last time.
No. I mean in cutscenes, yeah, but now this is new.
Yeah. It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous.
Fuck's sake. Speedrun.
To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and the country admirably.
Liquors.
Mr. Naruhodo.
He's dead. He's not answering you.
He's dead. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury.
Should save.
Yeah, probably gonna autosave. Unless this tips or this chaos the other way, I have to turn this around. But yeah, I want you to like pay attention to the music and how it loops with the statements they make, because it's really cool.
Oh, I haven't been paying attention. I probably should do that.
Maggie,
Stop scratching things.
I did it like accidentally the first time this was happening, and then you could see it in the VOD, but you'll see it now.
Yeah.
Those are the eyes of Quarry, not yet willing to give up and die.
Are you such a bitch all the time?
Not willing to give up and die.
Ah.
So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial.
How
Rights of
dare you
defense.
have rights?
Rights of the defense written into the antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago.
Yeah, cope, seethe, and mold about it. I don't give a fuck.
Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a
Prerogative.
summation examination. Prerogative. To carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well,
Prerogative is a weird
Counsel.
word.
In accordance with the
It's like
letter of the
pierogi.
law, we shall proceed with a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of
Mr.
course we're
Foreplay.
ready. He's expecting it this time. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncle's refusal to throw in the
Uncas.
alley.
What
Throw in
is
his
an
alleys.
Uncas?
That's probably an Australian slang.
ass. Yeah, I've never heard Uncas. I've heard of
Just
fucking
Uncas.
no wuckas. I would take a break here to for you to figure out what no wuckas means. Take a wild guess what no wuckas means.
No wakas. I don't know. It's like no bullshitting or something.
No, actually I might just explain it because it's a bit funny. So no wuckas comes from no wucking furries, which means no fucking worries.
Wow.
And I don't know how it went from no fucking worries into no wuckas, but there you go.
Very well
I
done.
see people say it. It's like, what does this mean?
No
What did he
wakas.
mean by this? No wuckas.
No, Pac-Man, drugs are bad.
No
Ladies and
waka
gentlemen,
waka.
No waka wakas. I will explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Here we go.
Stinky.
I don't like him. The juror's contentions.
Hey, Stinky!
For pity's sake, that little nippies already admitted it himself, didn't he? Alright.
I like this music.
If he said that...
Oh, that's me. If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim.
The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter.
Oh, the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful.
I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing.
I gotta smash some bricks.
Your books, yes, nice job, that.
But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. Alright. Only one minor exceptions. The reasons for finding the guilty are all too clear. Yeah, the last one is like, what the fuck? When the
Just
stabbing
talking about
occurred,
whatever.
the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already, based on the route he took. That we aren't clear on.
Yeah, fucking apparently.
Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now.
Ugh, why did he have to run away like that? How are
Why
we supposed to
why
believe
does
in
he
some
have to have
phantom
every
attacker that
mental
nobody
illness?
could see? What?
Why does he have to have every mental illness?
This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Oh, sorry.
Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling.
Quit your bitchin'.
If we want to force the trial to continue...
Yes, I know. I have to return the tide. Must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least.
Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward.
Yeah. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your breakdancing. Yes, my lord. I will proceed to the breakdancing.
I will smack my face.
I just need to keep this strike going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Rinosuke, you can do it.
He says this to himself in the mirror every morning.
He's just standing there.
He stood there.
The defense's rebuttal.
I pulled such a fucking, like, North American accent with the fucking saying mirror. I'm such a stereotype.
Yeah.
Anyway. We already read this, so we don't need to read it again.
Yeah. Not in winter.
I don't think there's anything with Paris that we could press on.
Uh-huh. I might need to press here.
Hold it!
He doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe he will say something important if I press him. A man's
just-
life is on the
just
line
bullshit.
here, sir. This will take as long as it takes.
Do the tried and true Phoenix strategy of just fucking with them until they snap and say something stupid.
Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's.
He was like Wario, wasn't he?
Yeah. Alex, if you wouldn't understand, but a labor like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. Oh, so he's a plumber.
Oh, so he is like Wario.
After cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slug from dawn till dusk, it is. So you were out digging up roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? Oh? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it all happened. At that old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence? That's right, near Sham Street it was. That's at the top, right?
That's
Yeah.
that's up the yeah, that adjourns with the bookshop.
That means that might be a
He wasn't even
roadblock
at.
somewhere. Mearsham Street.
Oh,
On the
actually.
On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets.
Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can we just get this business over with now?
It's not how courts work.
Please, sir, it's important. Fine, I'll do it then.
That actually might be important, you're right.
From dawn
He
till
was picking
dusk.
up Mearsham Street.
Yeah, I think I could
Maybe. Yeah.
hit these.
This guy.
Press or pit? 'Cause I feel like I could pit immediately.
You could try pitting them. I forgot we had that feature, but that is funny. Let's save first, because we haven't actually
Yeah.
saved like this entire time.
Right. Alright, pit. And
Objection!
And the music stopped. He looks so shocked. He's so aghast. Look at him.
Arts Council, explain yourself. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3. Oh, me? Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Juror number 5's words
He's
just now
walking.
are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's being said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of second-hand books. On the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Mearsham Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken along Mearsham Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course! What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? Must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way.
So he could have taken the long way around.
So the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh?
Yeah, you'd think. You were there.
Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we now see that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Jutsa, if I may. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now.
Let's go.
Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened.
I like this guy. He's silly.
Wonder if he has an angry animation.
What about you, sir?
Eh, who, me? Well, alright then. There's a hole in the prosecution's argument that should be filled in, that's what I say.
I don't want to hear from the prosecution. I want that bitch obliterated.
Oh, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the guy in Building Panic that you play as.
Yeah.
Just with a
Oh,
hat
well
on.
done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful.
Well, we've managed to change a couple of minds at least. It strengthened our position somewhat.
Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if only we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume. We might be able to tip the balance completely.
Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. I'm sure it's another press that we need to do on the old man.
Yeah.
And Zix is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have to at our disposal. Shut up, you may not speak.
Don't say anything. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch.
Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord.
He nods his head so hard, I feel like he's gonna give himself whiplash.
His head just rolls off his shoulders once.
Yeah, press the old guy.
Yeah.
Hold it!
I'm sorry. Fold you say? Fold what?
Oh,
No, what I
This will
said
be
was
fun.
hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often?
I like the books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day.
I think you're dying a little too much.
I'm
You
just
don't need
like
to do it that hard. You don't
hyperbolizing
need to
it.
die that much. That's fair.
At what time did you visit your books on the day in question?
Well, I was picking out books all in there all afternoon. It would have been just before 5 that I left.
Imagine if he just Suseki saw him instead, because he has the green coat.
Oh, fuck.
That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about.
Just before 5, you say, exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time?
Oh yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm about to forget that day in a hurry, not after that dreadful time I had.
What do you mean?
Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head.
Ow.
It's always worse after the snow stopped falling, that's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. But he thought my number was up.
Wait a minute, let me
That
get
might
this
have been
straight.
one he saw.
Yeah. This happened on the Calabash Road. Which is at the bottom or it's like the diagonal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Where the bookshop is.
That's right, I live in Cornpipe, you see. And down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books.
Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant.
Sorry. Extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now.
Changed. Okay.
You've changed 2 of the jurors' minds, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, just 2 more to go.
They've added a trumpet.
They're the finishing blow now.
Deliver the finishing blow now. It's time to turn the tables here.
Wish I knew how to do a Susato takedown. Supposed to words.
True.
Will have to suffice for now. Use violence to win. And only
Yeah,
been the
press her,
victim.
because
Yeah.
that could actually...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa, that was laggy.
Yeah, I saw that too. I thought it was just me, like, the screen share fucking up. But no.
Those 2 statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2? Juror number 6? Oh, is this wrong?
Whatever do you mean, sir? I
Oh.
think perhaps the old man didn't hear you.
Unbelievable, it's not like I was loud or anything.
Aka.
Oh. But there is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. I fucked up. The bookshop
we?
received final defendants... Maybe not, I don't know. I feel like if we fucked up, this would have been over by now. Or the music wouldn't
Yeah.
stop, probably. Clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot.
Well, the man says he has no recollection of his return journey.
That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes.
Yes, we are well aware of all of this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection!
Can we really be sure of that, madam?
My, whatever do you mean?
I'm sure her juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. The same afternoon there was somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Just, you know, this happens all the time.
Oh my!
Oh? My goodness, you mean...
That's right. I'm referring, of course. The hard of hearing juror number 6.
Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat who the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today?
That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim.
Well, look at that.
My goodness me.
Sorry, you need a pee?
And crucially, we know precisely where the old man was in the green... Where the old man in the green overcoat fell.
Green man.
The green man in the old overcoat fell.
True.
On Calabash Road.
Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home.
Oh my!
You idiot, old man. If you hadn't been there so daft as to be roaming around there, we've boxed this off hours ago.
And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat?
What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over the ice?
Yes.
It's a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it?
Yes.
Hold it!
Oh my goodness, okay. I like that animation.
My lord, I do hope it won't cause an inconvenience, but
You'd like to change your leaning, I presume.
I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty.
Maggie is staring at me right now.
Maggie!
Thank you.
And I would too!
What?
Come here.
It's a crime to change your mind, is it? Well,
According to Twitter, it is, yes.
You may never change.
Come here, Maggie. Come here. Come on.
Or here they're shooting
Maggie.
fireballs and you're just like calling out for Maggie. Well,
Oh, she's
that's...
cuddling me.
That summation examination has concluded with a rather large Swift in opinion. The eyes 2, the nose 4. So the nose have it,
Nose.
not guilty, they say. Which means we now have a consensus among the members of the jury. A trial will continue.
Objection!
What?
Fuck off.
Hi, Maggie.
Throw it. Oh.
Close enough.
Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection?
Is it a crime to drink
Only-
from my hallowed chalice?
Only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord
Maggie's
Van
clinging
Zieks.
to me like a little baby koala.
I think I can hear her.
She's purring. Can you
Seems I
hear the
must
purring?
retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful.
Can you not be a bitch for 5 minutes?
Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer.
What is wrong with you?
I.
Whatever do you mean?
Objection!
I haven't tricked anyone. I haven't trolled anyone. Everything I said is the truth.
He does a little trolling.
Indeed, stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road, so as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of pavement which you had excavated, sir.
That's right, took me a whole day and they paid me a measly 2 pence for it.
Christ.
Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me. You have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents?
Yes, no,
well,
I don't know units of measure. I'm Japanese, I don't know things.
if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no.
2 yards is a little less than 2 meters.
Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. But a yard was like large, like a yard.
No, it's like a yardstick. That's
Oh,
where the
okay.
name comes from.
In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of
Ow! She dug her claws into my leg.
moderate vigor. I
He's
never
saying
bothered to
that
learn
he just
those.
fucking pole vaulted over it.
Would you not agree, my stalwart friend?
Hey, me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no.
What?
Maggie, stop licking my hand, please.
And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works?
Hey, I wouldn't dream of it, what a waste of time. No coaches would have had hope of passing anyway. We just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time.
The accused is no gentleman as far as I can— wow. As far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town.
Did you see him do that? Is that true? Is it?
I think the uncontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found by the scene. There can be no
What are
doubt
the
on
names
his
of
way
the
back on his
books?
lodgings. Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road. Yeah, seriously, if we just tackled that first, we'd be...
Can we look at the fucking names of the books? We could have looked at this like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Ugh, crushed in a single sentence. So cool. And old man.
Old man, you can talk?
You said at around 5 o'clock on the day in question you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Did you see him
think
with
he
your
would've
third
noticed.
eye?
Oh,
Use your mom's eye item.
I can say that I remember.
You don't remember.
Yeah, everyone just conveniently has amnesia here. You know how it is.
How about a wager, my learned friend? You said it was this old man that the accused saw. But I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it.
Ah!
Look at Susato. She's just like watching him.
Oh, I didn't see her. It was too.
Order! Order! Lord Van Zix, explain yourself! My lord? You got such a
Get off my lap.
trenchant argument up your sleeve? Why in the world did you not proffer during the summation examination? He can't, don't you know the law?
Yeah, he literally can't.
I wanted to give this young foreigner student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. Wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury so readily swayed.
Yeah, by bitches like you being manipulative.
Ugh.
Manipulative.
But my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, there goes the code.
The motion capture.
So, my learned friend, imagine if he does that one time and he's just shirtless. Today's sightseeing tour of
Sephiroth.
London is now over. What are you talking about? My lord? Prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand.
Oh, what now?
Granted, bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. Its
Back to
next
CP.
witnesses?
Mr. Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident.
Yes, I remember, one of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less.
I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness.
Alright, no matter who Van Zix brings to the stand as his witnesses, no matter what they say, I believe in Suseki, I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. I remember these two.
I don't.
How would he say?
That's good.
Constable Patrick O'Malley, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir.
I know that's good.
Are they sharing the same scarf? Also, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
What is wrong with him?
And I'm Mrs. O'Malley. Brother's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife.
They look like they're 5.
What's the story here?
Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day.
What if I gave him the beast is demonic in nature voice?
No.
Oh, it was your husband I was talking about. He seems tired. Oddly surprising. Was being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world.
More than yours.
Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge from some 20 miles a day, you know?
They better have their phone in their pocket, get their steps up.
They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that meters are reading true. And they're responsible for keeping the streets clean, lighting and extinguishing our streetlights.
There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all.
Yeah, fucking hire different people.
True.
for those. I would just be falling asleep on my feet. I have collapsed long ago. And it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Whenever he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat.
You get no break time, bitch.
But the London's Bobby is a man of honor. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Miss and Mrs. O'Malley?
That's right, sir. Isn't it, Patrick?
Constable Patrick O'Malley, sir.
No.
And I need to like sound like tired when I'm voicing him to just my normal voice, but still.
Yeah.
Constable Patrick O'Malley, sir. Nothing to report on the streets, sir. What a great witness he's going to be. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. Well, tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Sir, yes, sir. Christ.
This would be fun.
What the witnesses saw.
It was our wedding anniversary and Patrick was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, 2 silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor, then the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Patrick and I both saw him as clear as day.
She's the only one who's been making statements there. Wow, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say.
Is it true, though?
Oh dear, this policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you establish in the summation examination will be quashed.
It's Def Neal, in fact. Because that alternative was never viable in the first place.
Shut up, bitch.
What an unfortunate bit chancing. And on your wedding anniversary, too.
Hang on, Maggie is being annoying. I have to let her out in a second.
Oh.
I'll do this line first and then I'll leave.
Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that.
Alright, I have to deal with Maggie
Alright.
now. Maggie, I'm back. Did you hear her meowing?
No.
Oh,
Music's too loud.
I went over. She was scratching at my bed frame. So I
Aw.
told her, Maggie, stop doing that, and she went wow, wow. And then I picked her up and she complained. Anyway,
Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed.
Indeed, however, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may have time to rest this afternoon.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene.
Did they though?
They are testifying
You
under
think they
oath that it
would
was
lie?
without doubt the accused, Mr. Suseki Natsume.
You think people would do that? Just go in the courtroom and tell lies?
And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. If they saw his face, they should have seen her face as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they've actually identified her though.
No, that's
Except-
kind of the key point.
Yeah. So the man's so tired his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense. Commence the cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. Right.
The obvious thing
Go
here
over
is
this
like,
again.
Like their face. They saw his face allegedly.
They just say one of them should collapse on the floor and the other scattered something. I wanna place this.
Okay.
Scattered something? What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But then when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling?
Jesus. Some healthy couples here.
What? Oh, yes, that's right. With some old books.
I see, all books.
Yes, the culprit had dropped a number of them all around when the victim lay on the pavement.
Indeed. It's clearly pictured on this photographic print.
That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Let's not forget that what remains to be established is that the defendant was indeed the attacker.
Oh, we saw him. We saw the man in the dock without questions. A mustache, the hunched back, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the snub nose. Everything!
Any more insults you want to throw in?
That's right. He looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books on the pavement and ran away.
And what did she just say? Okay, okay. I see. This is tough. They seem as though they are telling the truth here. May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife.
Policemen never lie or do anything bad.
Now please, continue.
Yes, sir!
I like how he does that every time it fades out.
Yeah. You say you saw him clear as day, but it was foggy as fuck on that day, wasn't it?
Well, I'll see. They said the fog was light, but let's press anyway.
Yeah.
Surely you haven't been able to see his face by the light of the street gas lamps. Street lamps, would you?
You do though.
We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know.
Right.
Yeah, she's clearly guilty.
The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he?
Yes, and what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those who have to live with it, of course.
Oh, it is. It is. When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm.
Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about?
Constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you say. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling?
Was that supposed to be a kiss?
I don't know.
What? Yes, it was the accuser, no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, this was... Unmistakable, sir!
As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. Oh, Suseki, they saw running away from the scene of the crime. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem like as though Mr. and Mrs. O'Malley saw what they really saw.
Saw what they say they saw.
Yeah. So Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day.
Yes, I feel the same.
So if that's true, where does it leave us?
The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony.
Oh no! Then what do we do?
Oh no.
Oh no! Anyway.
If Cosmo were here,
Oh my god.
he'd tell us to suck it up.
What are you trying to say?
I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony.
What do you mean, somewhere else?
Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts,
Okay.
you might be able to discredit them, to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate.
Oh, right.
Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere.
Okay, after we do that, we might end the stream. And that's gonna be it for
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion.
Ugh, why do I always seem to be so up against it? No time to change after work.
Hold it!
Yeah, just press everything and see if we
Two
can find
silhouettes?
That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction.
something. So you would have seen her face, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
There was a rather plump figure followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in this print,
Hold
and
on.
like Mr. Natsume.
Open the window because it's stuffy in
Yeah,
my
fair.
room. Yes, unfortunately it does. It does. And you're certain at that time there was nobody else nearby?
Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see.
Yeah, you talked about that already.
There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling?
This poor man.
Well, yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light fog on the ground. The Briar Road is dead straight. You could see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrians.
This poor man.
Oh, sleep takes a firm hold. Your answer, please, Mr. O'Malley. Are you quite sure of what you've just said?
Yes, sir. As a cop who spends all day every day keeping watch on the streets, I swear on it, sir.
Oh, look her face.
I'm sure from as my love for Rolla is true.
Oh, Pat. Oh, Patrick.
They are still maintaining that there was no one else around that victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened.
It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run.
Lennon saw Mr. Natsume did it. He fled the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe you have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened the crucial moments that followed? Okay, we pressed this.
Hold it!
Was it your husband who went to fetch help?
No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling?
God.
She's gonna give him whiplash.
Crack his neck.
Oh, yes, that's right. I asked Mr. O'Malley to go. I was off duty by that point. But Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stand guard the scene.
Very laudable, Mr. O'Malley. Preserving the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance.
That's why I sent Rolla, you see. I told her where to find the right police box.
Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box?
It's on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the
So
woman
you
was
went and
stabbed
found the
wasn't
most
actually on
biased
my
guy.
beat. So I told Rolla on the way to the police box where the incident fell. Where the incident fell. Under so she could go and report it.
I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There is nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know.
And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens.
Oh, please, you're making us blush, isn't he, darling?
Yes, sir, what Rolla said, sir.
Let's move on, shall we?
Hmm.
What haven't we pressed?
This?
We haven't pressed this first one.
Just press everything to see what works.
No time to change
Agrees
after
to a
work, you
holdout.
say? Are you also a member of the police, Miss O'Malley?
Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply.
Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can do the job, can't you?
I think Patrick looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down the ground, doesn't it, darling?
What? I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there.
Is he talking about in his sleep? Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy.
Oh no, Patrick, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes.
That's no good.
Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy.
Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you had finished on a beat. Your beat for the day, correct?
That's right, sir, yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest, after spending that whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end.
Is that no?
My warrant card, sir, proof that I'm a London copper. It's the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all the policemen of our sworn duty. Patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir, and for such a noble cause I cover 20 miles every single day without fail and without a grumble. Cause I know that the plodding of my boots is all under his need to hear and feel safe and secure.
Wow.
Alright.
So fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then.
But sir, on that particular day I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mr. O'Malley puts up with a lot being married to a Bobby like me, so I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care.
Oh, Pat. Oh, Patrick.
God.
I hate these two.
Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold.
I disagree, actually.
If a little over the top, perhaps. And then, kindly describe what happened next. Oh,
Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something?
What now?
oh, yes, of course. What is it?
Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so...
Oh, we just needed to press everything to move on. Okay. Also,
Alright.
what's with his hat? I just noticed that it's been hit on the head.
Oh,
Or on the helmet.
yeah.
It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it.
What? No, no, no. Oh no, it's really not that at all.
My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything. Like... Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped?
What about the face of the woman?
Yeah,
I could tell you the names
Oh,
of
the
every
books.
single one, I could. Every
Oh, thank
single
God.
one.
oh, here we
Please,
go.
please do.
And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is?
Ah, will do, Miss O'Malley.
No, it won't do at all.
Say it.
That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Patrick will.
I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fist down. Perhaps you'd like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Miss O'Malley. Yes, please name the books. Please name the fucking books.
For God's sake, please.
Might that appease you?
Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely.
Not sure what her hair reminds me of. It reminds me of something, but I'm not sure what.
Rugrats.
Wouldn't it, darling?
Please just say the name of the fucking book so we can go home.
Yes, we could have learned this like 40 minutes ago. Yes, okay, hold it. Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say. You know, in real life, you probably could just see the names of the books on the picture and be like, hey, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Those purchased
No,
by the
this is
exist are the nearby
Ace
second-hand bookshop on the day in question.
After I'd been to the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure.
That's the thing about the series, like, I love them, but they really have a thing for dragging this shit out as long as possible.
Yeah.
I am a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Patrick.
And what was your husband doing at the time?
Show us the books.
Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved
It's like
rest.
they're trolling
Getting
us, like...
hypothermia.
God. It's like they're trolling us at this point, like... We will not say the names of the books no matter what.
He works ever so hard, you know, ever so hard.
We were...
Don't you, my darling?
Let's-
I'm about to fucking strangle you.
Let's talk about what type of stone the pavement was made out of that he was sleeping on. Interesting way of
Let's
guarding the
talk
scene
about
of the crime.
Let's talk about the temperature of the snow that he was lying in.
Well, Miss O'Malley, seeing as you're regaled to the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene?
Yes, but
I'd
first...
be happy to. Now, are you all listening?
But first, let me tell you the story of how we met.
There
was-
was the picture of Monty or somebody or other, and what's it yearnings? Then there was a meal for someone, and the last one was definitely the thingummy something.
Oh yeah, okay. We waited an hour for this.
Okay.
He had 3 books, not 4.
The picture of Monsieur... What's the yearnings? Okay.
You see?
You named 4 books, lady. There's 3.
Yeah. Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory.
Oh well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure.
There were indeed books found at the scene. There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Well, what did I tell you? So, I think it's very mean the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling?
There.
Anyone such my life how to answer me to answer to.
He's got
Have me
such
to
the most
answer
like
to.
fucking baby ass pistol. Scout
Yeah.
TF2 weapon.
Yeah. Terrifying. Yes, she really is. Entire testimony.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, that's them.
Yes, I feel the same.
Okay, we've done
Oh,
this.
it's the same dial. Okay.
Okay, it auto-saved. Let's see if I can press on those books.
Hopefully.
Let's see if this works. Because I'm not really convinced, to be honest.
Objection!
Okay, it did stop
Okay,
the music.
stopped.
So you're saying that there were 4 books, and I think we can stop here, probably.
Yeah.
Done a good amount, we're over 3 hours. Done a lot. Alright,
Yeah.
this is just trial part 1. Alright,
Fucking hell.
okay, let's save again. So I'm fucking hungry as shit, I only ate 2 pieces of toast.
Oh.
Oh, the game just quit, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's the stream. Okay, thank you for watching, and hopefully next week we'll be able to pick this up again, and hopefully the
Yeah.
streams will resume weekly. Although, well, on the if I might be able to, because my sister is getting wed in 2 weeks, so we'll see how I'll be able to, like, squeeze the
Yeah.
stream into that. I don't think it should affect Sunday, so yeah, we'll see. But I'm not making any definitive like promises just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the stream, and we'll see you next week then. See ya.
Yeah. See ya.